Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What you are about to hear is not just another reminder. This is not a simple video you are watching out of curiosity or to pass the time. No. This message before you is a divine confirmation, a word intended for you, written long before you clicked here. You may have gone through a period of waiting, of silence, of doubt, a time when nothing was moving, when you wondered if Allah was truly hearing you. But today, listen carefully. The deadline is over. Your miracle is already on its way. Stay until the end. Because at the end of this video, I'm going to do a special invocation, a powerful prayer, which I will say from the heart, only for you. You who have stayed until the end. You who are tired of waiting, but who have never turned your back on your Lord. This dua will be your weapon. And Allah willing, it could be the turning point your soul has been waiting for so long. Now I want you to open your heart. It's no accident that you've landed here. It's no coincidence that you're hearing these words. Because when Allah decides the time is right, nothing can stop His light from reaching the heart He's chosen. And if you feel a warmth, a chill, a strange calm, or an emotion you can't explain, it's because your soul recognizes that this message comes from beyond words. You were patient. You endured the waiting. You shed tears in secret. You called out when everything seemed closed. And despite the delays, despite the silences of heaven, you remained there, faithful, fragile at times, but always standing. And that is precisely why your name is among those whom Allah has chosen to answer now. This isn't a vague promise, nor a simple phrase to reassure you. It's an echo from heaven, a spiritual announcement that your heart already felt coming, but that you no longer dared to hope for. What if I told you that did your wait make sense? That nothing you've experienced has been wasted? What if I told you that Allah kept you away from certain answers, not to punish you, but to prepare for something much greater than you could have imagined? You see, what you called delay, Allah called construction. What you called obstacle, Allah called protection. What you thought was a no was actually a not yet. But now, the not yet becomes now. Yes, it's time. Your heart feels it. There's something in the air, an opening, a scent of deliverance, an inner vibration that says, what you've asked for is coming. And it's coming with power, with beauty, with wisdom. Not a second too soon, not a second too late. Exactly when you're ready. For Allah does not send you your miracle when you desire it, but when you are able to bear it. And today, He has judged that you are ready. So breathe deeply, keep your eyes open, and stay. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to understand why everything took so long. And you'll finally see that nothing has been lost. Nothing. Not even a tear. When we experience a seemingly endless wait, it's natural to feel frustrated, sometimes even discouraged. But we must understand that Allah's timing is nothing like our own. What appears to be a delay to you is often a perfect preparation orchestrated by the Creator. It's not that your miracle is forgotten or that it will never come. It's simply that divine wisdom has chosen to delay the appearance of this blessing so that you are ready to receive it fully. In this period of silence, Allah is secretly working on your destiny. Sometimes He is cultivating patience within you. Sometimes He is purifying your heart by removing whatever might block your light from shining. This delay, though painful, is actually a sign of His mercy. He is steering you away from hasty responses that might have been misunderstood, to bring you to a moment when the miracle will have a profound and lasting impact. You are not abandoned. You are not alone. Even when everything seems static, Allah has never taken His eyes off you. Every day, every night, every breath, He's tracing a path for you that no one else sees. A miracle is not a simple event. It is a perfect alignment between your will and His wisdom. That is why it must happen at the precise moment, neither before nor after. Your faith is being tested, not to punish you, but to uplift you. Because Allah knows that the true miracle lies not only in what you receive, but in the transformation that takes place within you during the wait. Those who stand firm, who keep the light of hope burning in their hearts, are those who will experience the most beautiful deliverance. So don't lose heart in the face of silence. Don't let fatigue extinguish the flame within you. This silence is temporary, but the victory that will accompany it will be eternal. You haven't arrived yet, but you are closer than you imagine. Patience is not weakness. It is the strength that prepares the ground for divine manifestation. Look around you. Sometimes the signs are subtle. An unexpected smile, a door gently opening, an inner peace growing despite the storm. These are all signs that your miracle is happening. The deadline is over. The promise is coming true. Keep your eyes open and your heart alert, because what you've been waiting for is coming, and with it, a new light for your life. In the silence of the soul, when everything seems frozen, a whisper is heard. This whisper is the voice of hope that refuses to be extinguished, even in the midst of trials. It is the sweet certainty that, despite the apparent inertia, something great is being born. You may feel this whisper without knowing how to explain it. These are those moments when your heart finds an inexplicable peace, when a sudden calm soothes your inner storm, when small details in your life take on new meaning. These are signs, subtle but powerful, that your miracle is near. Perhaps you've noticed a light in your prayers, a deeper connection during dhikr, or a renewed inclination toward the Quran. Perhaps the things that previously caused you to shy away from faith are beginning to lose their hold. These are signs that your soul is preparing. Allah is touching you gently, quietly, to prepare you to welcome what is already on its way. These signs are not there to make you impatient, but to strengthen you, to assure you that you are on the right path. It's important to understand that what you're feeling isn't a product of chance or imagination. It's a divine mercy, a tender call not to give up, not to lose faith. Your heart knows that something is changing. Perhaps you've begun to feel a surge of spiritual energy, an inner urge to do more good deeds, or a greater sensitivity to the beauty of Allah's words. These transformations are not trivial. They herald a turning point. What you have been through so far has made you the chosen one, even if you didn't know it. And the miracle that awaits you is commensurate with this election. It will not come as a simple gift, but as a reward for your perseverance, an answer to your tears, a relief from your struggles. It is the fulfillment of a perfectly drawn divine plan in which every moment of waiting, every doubt overcome, every step toward Allah counted. You may sometimes wonder why others around you seem to move faster, or why your own deliverance is slow in coming. But the truth is that every miracle has its own timetable, and every soul its own path. What matters is that you are ready to receive your moment, that you are at peace with Allah's timing, and that you remain faithful even in the shadows. Remember also that a miracle is not just an outward event. It is first and foremost an inner transformation. It is the rebirth of a peaceful heart, a clear mind, and a strong faith. It is the beginning of a new life, where you walk with confidence, knowing that Allah is by your side, and that what He has prepared for you exceeds anything you could have imagined. So welcome these signs with gratitude. Don't be afraid of the changes they herald. Open your heart to the light growing within you, and prepare to fully experience the miracle that Allah has decided to offer you, for it is already here, closer than ever. Now that you recognize these signs, it's time to actively prepare to welcome your miracle. But be careful. This preparation isn't limited to visible or spectacular actions. It begins with a purification of the heart, a reordering of your inner self. The miracle often occurs after the soul has been cleansed of its doubts, resentments, and fears. You must create a sacred space within yourself, a place where the light of Allah can enter unhindered. This purification comes through tawakkul, this total trust in Allah that allows you to let go of what you cannot control while acting with sincerity. You must learn to place your destiny in His hands, even if it means going through a little more uncertainty. Patience then becomes a strength, not a suffering. It transforms waiting into a waiting filled with faith, where each moment is a step towards divine fulfillment. At the same time, you must be vigilant about what you feed your heart. Negative thoughts, jealousy of those who seem to be moving faster, and the doubts that assail you must be repelled by prayer, dhikr, and meditation on the Quran. Do not let the whispers of shaitan divert you from your path. Remember that every trial is an opportunity to draw closer to Allah, and that what seems difficult today is a preparation for a greater blessing tomorrow. You must also practice gratitude, even when the miracle hasn't yet manifested. Gratitude opens the gates of heaven. When you thank Allah for what you already have, however little, you invite His blessings to multiply. Recognize the small victories, the moments of peace, the blessings you receive each day. These gratitudes are like seeds that will make your miracle grow. Finally, you must be active in your approach. Miracles don't just fall from the sky unless you're ready to grasp them. This means reconnecting with good deeds, correcting what needs to be corrected, strengthening your relationship with Allah through sincere and regular prayers, and above all, remaining consistent despite the difficulties. This final effort, even if it seems small, is often the key that opens the door you've been waiting for. So prepare yourself with heart, patience, and faith. Do not doubt the greatness of the miracle that is approaching. Keep your gaze fixed on the highest plane, and walk with confidence on the path that Allah has laid out for you. Your perseverance today is the foundation for tomorrow's deliverance. What you do now matters more than ever, for you are about to see the promise fulfilled. On this path to miracles, it's essential to recognize the pitfalls that impatience can pose. When the soul is burdened with expectation, doubt easily creeps in. This doubt can become a silent poison, eroding the faith you've patiently built. You may find yourself comparing your situation to others, envying those whose prayers seem answered more quickly. But each path is unique, and each soul carries its own divine timetable. Impatience can make you forget that the apparent delay is not an absence of Allah, but a test of your trust in Him. When you try to speed up what shouldn't be, you risk missing out on the true gift that delay contains. That gift is inner growth, spiritual maturity, and the depth of faith that only time can offer. By trying to force things, you can lose this richness. Sometimes, impatience also leads to giving up. You may be tempted to turn your back, to distance yourself from prayer, from reading the Quran, from good deeds. You may be influenced by negative thoughts that lead you to believe that your situation will never change. But what you are experiencing is a spiritual battle, and backing down is never the solution. Victory belongs to those who stand firm, even when everything seems to be falling apart. It is important to remember that even the prophets experienced moments of waiting, silence, and doubt. They sometimes had to wait a long time before seeing Allah's promise fulfilled. Their secret lay in their unwavering trust, their silent perseverance, and their total submission to God's will. Follow their example. Don't let impatience steal your miracle. Your miracle doesn't come because you cry out for it, but because you are willing to receive it with humility. The key lies in patience accompanied by sincere hope, in a heart that never loses faith despite obstacles. The closer you come to this posture, the more you attract Allah's blessing. Remember that the greatest light often comes after the longest night. So whenever you feel impatience rising, take a deep breath. Remember why you began this journey. Remember the reasons that made you believe in this miracle. And return to prayer, to gratitude, to trust. Nourish your heart with these invisible forces that surpass all. For it is in this enlightened patience that your miracle will take root and fully blossom. When Allah's miracle finally manifests in your life, everything changes. It is not just an external event that suddenly appears, but an inner metamorphosis that transforms the way you see the world, the way you interact with others, and the way you stand before your Creator. This moment is a revelation, a new light that illuminates previously dark paths, a peace that calms what was previously restless. The life of the believer who receives this miracle is marked by a profound serenity, a firm anchoring in faith. It is not a life free from trials, but a life where each trial takes on meaning, where each difficulty becomes an opportunity to rise even higher. The miracle brings renewed confidence, a certainty that, whatever the storm, Allah is there, guiding every step, watching over every breath. This inner peace is not a passive comfort, but an active force. It inspires the believer to be a beacon for others, to share the light he has received, to be a source of hope for those who doubt or suffer. The miracle is not limited to oneself. It spreads, touching loved ones, the community, and sometimes even strangers. It becomes a living testimony to the power and mercy of Allah. The believer then understands that the miracle is not an endpoint, but a new beginning, an invitation to continue the path with greater determination, gratitude, and humility. He realizes that receiving divine blessing also implies a responsibility, that of preserving this light, of continuing to purify his heart, of remaining vigilant in the face of temptations, and of never losing sight of the source of all life. By fully embracing the miracle, the soul elevates. It finds harmony between the material and spiritual worlds. The believer is no longer a slave to his fears or doubts, but master of his choices, aware that every moment is an opportunity to draw closer to Allah. This inner transformation is the greatest victory, for it surpasses any earthly reward. So, if you feel this miracle slowly taking hold in your life, give thanks. Be patient in this new stage, for every blessing requires vigilance. Continue to pray sincerely, to give thanks from the heart, to walk in faith. Your life is now a living testimony that the delay is over, that the miracle has come to pass, and that Allah's promise is true. You have reached the end of this message, and if your heart is still there, open, attentive, then know that it is not by chance. Allah has guided you this far so that you are fully aware that this delay you have experienced was not an end, but a passage, a bittersweet ordeal that has prepared you to receive the most beautiful of blessings. You have been patient, sometimes at the end of your strength, sometimes in the shadows, but never alone, never forgotten. This message is confirmation that your miracle is already here, closer than ever. This miracle won't always be what you imagine. Sometimes it comes in the form of a door opening where you least expected it. Sometimes in an inner peace that transforms your outlook on the world. It can be an answer to an old prayer, or a breath of fresh air that rekindles your faith. Whatever its form, it is a manifestation of Allah's infinite mercy, a sign of His love and closeness. So I invite you to take a moment, to close your eyes if you can, to open your heart and welcome this prayer. A sincere, powerful prayer, which I formulate for you and for all those who seek light in waiting. May this invocation be a bridge between you and your Creator, a bridge that unites your soul to the divine promise. O Allah, the compassionate, the merciful, you who hold the keys to every closed door, you who bring light from the depths of darkness, I ask you, at this blessed moment, to open before your servant the door to the long-awaited miracle. Deliver him from the pain of waiting, relieve his heart from the anguish of delay. Send down upon him the serenity that only you can offer, the peace that surpasses all understanding. O you, the Master of times, grant him firm patience, renewed hope, the strength to keep the faith when the trial seems heavy. Don't let him sink into doubt or discouragement. Surround him with your light. Guide him in every step. Protect him from all evil, visible or invisible. O Allah, you who answer the calls of those who invoke you, confirm the promise you made to him. Manifest to him the deliverance he awaits. May his heart be at peace, his mind enlightened, his soul elevated. May his miracle be a source of blessings for him, his family, and his community. O Lord of the worlds, allow him to fully grasp what you offer him, to live this miracle with humility, gratitude, and sincere love. May he become a living example of your power and mercy. May he now walk with confidence, strengthened by your constant presence. Amen. 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 May this prayer carry you, protect you, and open the gates of heaven for you. Remember that you are never alone. Allah is with you in every breath, in every step. Be strong, be patient, and prepare yourself to receive the most beautiful blessing. The deadline is over. Your miracle is here.